Hello, hello. Welcome to the Mass Media Tribe Meetup for July 2021. And we'll just close that background. There we go. Now we haven't got Facebook running in the background. Okay, welcome. My name is Aldwyn Altuney. And who hasn't been to a Mass Media Tribe event before? Just a show of hands. Who has not been? Okay, John, welcome. Adina or Adina? Am I saying that correctly? Adina? Okay. All right. Awesome. Excellent. Welcome for those who've never joined us at a Mass Media Tribe event before. And for those who have, welcome back. It really is fantastic to be with you tonight. And for those who don't know what this is all about, yes, it is an AA meeting. It's true. Although it's not Alcoholics Anonymous tonight, okay? AA is my initials, and we do like to have fun here. And the Mass Media Tribe events are really all about helping people get their message out to the masses using marketing. And so every month since 2018 now, we have had events on. They were actually physical events before COVID. We were running events on the Gold Coast and also in Brisbane up until COVID. And then last year through COVID, every 2 weeks, we ran a Mass Media Tribe event online that went for about 2 hours, sometimes a little bit longer, depending on how the Q&A went. And now for 2021, we're running it monthly. And it's usually around the first week of the month. And all the details of upcoming events are in the Mass Media Tribe group on Facebook and on Meetup. And if you're joining us on Facebook, hello. Fantastic to have you with us. And if you do want to hop onto the Zoom, we are going to have giveaways at the end, and you do need to be on the live Zoom to be able to win a prize at the end. And for anyone who would like to donate a prize at the end as well and promote something that you do, you're welcome to do that when we come to the prize giveaway. All right, and that will be happening around 9 o'clock or just before Australian Eastern Standard Time tonight. So in about an hour and 40 minutes or so, we'll be doing that. Okay, so that's the Mass Media Tribe event. This used to be a paid event when it was a physical event. People were paying up to $20 to attend this event. And now that we're online, it is all free. So that is a bonus. And we're reaching people obviously from all over the world. So who would like to just unmute themselves quickly and just say where they are from right now, where they are from? We know we've got Nicola from New Zealand, our guest speaker, who's going to be talking about 5 steps to authentic brand videos tonight from New Zealand. So who else just quickly unmute and just say where you're from? Unmute yourself. John, you're unmuted there.
I'm already unmuted. From the Gold Coast. I run a business called mytruelegacy.com.au. Essentially, I interview fathers on camera later in life to create a video and story about their life for their families to know a bit more about them. And what I want to get out of tonight is just to learn how to get my my name out there a bit better, and to connect with the customer more and just have them realise, because it's a bit of a new idea, what I actually do. And what else was there? 3 things I'm grateful for.
Yeah, 3 things you're grateful for.
Grateful to be in Queensland at the moment with the weather, not in lockdown, and also grateful for my mother who's suffering dementia at the moment down in Sydney, and I haven't been able to get down for a while, so I was supposed to go last week actually. So, but yeah, just everything she's done for me over my life.
Yeah, that's really tough. I actually saw a movie the other day called June Again. It's a fantastic Australian movie. Has anyone seen that? June Again. It's about a lady that's actually suffering from dementia and how that is for the family. And actually, my mother is also starting to get dementia, and I know it's a very, very common thing and very difficult. So my heart goes out to you on that one, John. It's really tough, and unfortunately, there's nothing we can really do about that except eat as healthy as you can. There are natural cures for dementia, or when I say cures, natural things that will help dementia. I know Shari's a health expert here. She might know more about this. But, there's a lot you can do with eating whole foods and just getting the right nutrients in your body to help all sorts of ailments and dis-ease in the body. So I do recommend look that up, because I actually looked up what are some natural superfoods for dementia, and things like berries are really good. It's actually really interesting when you do a bit of research around that. So that could also help your mother as well there, John. Thank you for sharing from the Gold Coast. Which part of the Gold Coast are you from, John?
Rabina.
Rabina, welcome from Rabina. I'm in Southport, we're just up the road. Fantastic, another local there. All right, well, let's go around the Zoom room and hear from a few other people. My name is Aldwyn Altuney. If you've just joined us, you are at a Mass Media Tribe event. We're talking about 5 steps to authentic brand videos tonight. We've got Nicola Kane in the room from New Zealand. And we are going around now for our little networking section. And I'd love to hear from the others, for those who'd like to share, just your name, what you do, and where you're from, and what you want to get out of tonight, and 3 things you're grateful for. We have it in the comments there in the Zoom room. And for those watching on Facebook, if you want to join us on Zoom, just register an Eventbrite. The Zoom room is going to be open for another hour and a half, so you can come and join us on the Zoom room if you would like. I'll actually pop that link into the Facebook chat as well to make it easy for you. All right, so who'd like to go next with our intros? Who'd like to go next? Just unmute yourself. Nicola, over to you, our guest speaker.
Hi everyone, I'm Nicola from Wellington in New Zealand. I create videos for small businesses and help them promote themselves through authentic brand videos, which I'm going to talk to you about later. And I also create legacy videos for families through my other part of my business called Moving Memories. So those are my 2 both video related businesses that I do. I am very grateful for having the option to run my own business and working from home and living in a country where we don't have any COVID. So yeah, I'm really grateful for all those things. And thank you for having me on tonight, Aldwyn. I'm looking forward to it. It's lovely to be here.
Thank you, Nicola. It's great to have you here. And I actually saw Nicola speak at a Business Owners Smashing It Online event. I know Jeff's a regular there, and a few others know the amazing Nick Cree. So I kind of poached her after that and went, Nicola, I think you'd be great also at our group. So here she is. So thank you, Nicola. I really appreciate your time tonight and being with us, because I know it's 2 hours later or so for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 9:30 here now.
Right. Yes. So it'll be a late one for you tonight.
Yeah, that's all right.
Thank you, Nicola. It's much appreciated. Welcome from New Zealand. And which part of New Zealand actually are you from, Nicola?
Wellington.
Oh, Wellington.
The capital, the windy capital.
Ah, nice. Well, welcome from Wellington, New Zealand. So great to have you. All right. Who's our next person who'd love to introduce themselves? So what we're doing is just share your name, what you do, what you want to get out of tonight, and 3 things you are grateful for. Okay, Jeff and Robert, you both put your hands up at the same time there, I saw. So how about we go, Robert, you're unmuted, and we'll go to Jeff next. All right, over to Robert.
So yeah, Robert Grimes, and I run a business called Love Life Matters. So it's relationship counselling and courses. And I live in the Tweed area now, so Benora Point, which is right near the Gold Coast, right on the border. So but I'm here tonight because I have a big message for this planet in a book that I'm writing. It's not finished yet. So I know when it's ready and it's published, I need to get it out there. So I'm not quite ready yet, but I'm here for some tips around all of that. What am I grateful for? I am so grateful that I live in Australia. I'm grateful for the beach. And I need to say I'm very grateful for myself.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I like that, Robert. It's so important to acknowledge ourselves, isn't it?
Yes. Yep.
And be grateful for us, because, we're there with ourselves at the beginning and we're going to be there with ourselves at the end, right?
Yes.
And so it's so important to just love the journey that we have with ourselves, love ourselves, and be able to look in the mirror and say, I love you.
Yeah.
I love you. I truly, truly love you. Right. Yeah. It's a really challenging thing to say sometimes. However, it's great when you can do it, when you look in the mirror, instead of looking in the mirror and going, oh, there's another gray hair, or geez, another wrinkle's come on suddenly. Where'd that come from? Instead of that kind of stuff, right? You just reframe and just say, I love you. You're amazing. You've brought me this far, and we've got such an amazing journey ahead of us, right? So it's almost like, this is where schizophrenia started. We have conversations with ourselves, right? Maybe not. Anyway, I digress.
I could talk more about that, but that's not what this this webinar's about at the
No,
moment.
no.
Thank you, Aldwyn.
Thank you, Robert. Welcome, welcome. All right, excellent. Now over to you, Jeff. We've got a few BXs here, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Over to you, Jeff.
Well, one of the things I noticed too is that you can't love others until you love yourself first. So that's
Yes.
so for everyone.
So true.
Yeah, and I'm Jeff Summers. I'm the reputation marketing specialist. Tonight, what I wanted to get out of it is to learn new ways of actually marketing for my clients. And what I'm grateful for is my family, my health, and also my friends.
Beautiful, nice and snappy there, Jeff. I like there's no crap with you. It's straight to the point. Here we are, over and done in 40 seconds. Actually, no one was timing the 40 seconds tonight, were there? I love how you work, Jeff. And that's why you're in the systems game, right? That's why you're a behind the scenes SEO guy, right? Because you're to the point. Love it. And Jeff, where exactly are you right now?
I'm at Ormeau on the top of the Gold Coast.
Welcome. Another Gold Coaster. Beautiful. Got a few locals here. Excellent. Well, welcome. And Jeff's another awesome speaker as well, as Robert is, that I know. So if you are looking for speakers for your event out there, we have some awesome speakers here in the room. And I know Shari, who's unmuted, and I know can't wait to go next, is another amazing speaker and another BX member as well. So welcome, Shari.
Thank you, Aldwyn. Pleasure as always. So my name is Shari Ware. I'm a health mindset specialist, and I do that because of my own personal weight release journey. I released 100 kilos, and I learned that it's not all about eating less and moving more. It starts with what's going on in your head and in your heart. So I help people with that. What do I want to get out of tonight is learning. I have come to realise over my journey that I don't know everything, and I'm always looking to learn more things that are going to help the people that I am passionate about helping. And 3 things that I'm grateful for: the opportunity to learn. So thank you for providing this specific opportunity tonight, Aldwyn, and Nicola. And the generosity of others. I'm currently couch surfing. I've been doing that for 4 months now, just about. It wasn't planned, and I've been so lucky to have so many generous people lend me their homes and beds and all kinds of things. And I'm grateful for my resilience and strength through all of that.
I love it, Shari. I know you have such an inspiring story yourself, and you have a book out and you do awesome workshops. Do you have your next workshop planned? Actually went to a brilliant workshop with Shari recently.
No, not yet. I need to set a date, definitely.
Okay. Well, just for those interested, Shari, can you just share a little bit about the workshops you do? Because I actually ate some sauerkraut today and I thought of you, Shari. I did.
Awesome. Love it. So we do hands-on workshops where we teach people some really easy things that they can implement into their lives to create a healthier them. It's not all food, but we do teach people how to make fermented food, which is just awesome for our gut. We teach people how to use things like essential oils to create their own chemical-free cleaning products and perfumes and things like that. Take people through some mindset hacks to help them create better habits and stop habits that maybe don't serve them. Lots of different things like that. Things that you can really use and go, oh my goodness, if only I had realised it was that easy.
Yeah, thank you, Shari. It was amazing. And I don't think I'll ever look at sauerkraut quite the same way again after making it in your...
And I went to the workshop a couple of months ago, so I'm making my own sauerkraut.
Oh, brilliant. That's awesome.
I'm using red cabbage.
Oh, yep, good.
Yeah,
and you know what? There's so many benefits in red cabbage that there aren't in green cabbage. So awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's great. And I actually ate some red cabbage today, and I looked closely at the label and I noticed it wasn't pasteurized. So this is something to look out for if you're buying sauerkraut. Look out if it's pasteurized. All the nutrients are gone, right? Because they heat it up. So
it's not alive anymore. It's dead.
Right. It's dead. So no good for the gut. So you want the non-pasteurized sauerkraut if you're going to be buying it from the shop. And red cabbage is fantastic. So it was great today because, you know, winter, I don't know about you, but I feel in winter that I want to eat twice as much. Does anyone else feel like that through winter? Yeah, I'm not the only one. Okay. All right. So today I ate twice as much as I normally do. And then I had some sauerkraut and I thought it's okay because this will just kill all the bad bacteria now. So it's okay to eat twice as much, right? Because we've got the sauerkraut in action, right?
Nice theory.
So tomorrow I might eat a little bit less. Maybe intermittent fasting starts tomorrow. Fantastic. All right, brilliant. Thank you, Shari, for sharing. Thank you and welcome, welcome. Another local here in the Southeast Queensland area. And now we have a few others who haven't shared. So Angelique, welcome. And Chin, if you'd like to share. So what we're doing is just going around the Zoom room. We're doing our little networking segment where you just share your name, what you do, what you want to get out of tonight. And if you're wondering what you're at, yes, it is an AA meeting and it's the Mass Media Tribe event. And we're talking about 5 steps to authentic brand videos. Okay. And just 3 things you're grateful for. Okay. So your name, what you do, what you want to get out of tonight, and 3 things you're grateful for. Okay. So who would like to go next? Who would like to go next? Just unmute yourself if you haven't gone already. And in the chat, we have those questions there if you lose track. So who'd like to go next? Angelique, are you looking for the unmute button? There we go. Angelique from Brisbane.
I was looking for the questions, but it doesn't matter really. You'll remind me. So my name is Angelique, also called the Angelic Transformer. And I do this with, thanks to the help of hypnosis. What I am really good at doing is it's called rapid transformational therapy, which involves hypnosis. And it's really good for people who get stuck. And this can be in so many different ways. You know, you can get stuck with weight loss. For instance, you know, you could get stuck with money. You know, you sort of think, you know, your money's coming in, everything is going good. And all of a sudden you have a car accident and it takes all your money away. And you think, why? And this is because it's a deep-seated, you know, belief system that keeps holding you back. And unless you clear that, you really can't move forward. And I talk from experience, you know, hey, for years and years and years, I was using affirmation, doing everything under the sky to better my life. And it just wasn't moving until I learned this process or went through many sessions because I was learning. And also now I just absolutely nailed it. Everybody I see has a massive transformation in their life after only one session. So what I'd like to meet people who might have clients that I can help, or maybe even themselves, because this works also for any kind of illness, because all illnesses are psychosomatic. So when we ask the mind why it created that in the body, and you make that discovery under hypnosis, it's very freeing, and you can start the healing process a lot faster. Is there anything else I need to say?
And 3 things you're grateful for.
So I'm grateful for my life experience, because, you know, I mean, you can go to university and I don't, you know, put them down in any way, shape or form. But I think my life was very, very challenging, and I learned so much, and it makes me a better teacher because I see straight through. You know, when a client comes, I already know what the issue is, but they have to discover it for themselves. There's no point in me telling them, so that they can heal. The second thing I'm grateful for is my day today. You know, I was so absolutely inundated with appointments and getting exhausted. And today, are you ready? Everybody cancelled. And it was the best thing because I caught up even on a bit of sleep, which was amazing.
Fantastic.
The second thing I'm grateful for is, did I say 2 things already? I can't remember now.
I think you have, yes. That's okay, you can keep going.
You know, going back to what you were saying with the sauerkraut, oh my God, I love sauerkraut. You know, I'm Swiss, so obviously it's a very German kind of meal. And yeah, I would love to hear how you do it. I forgot what's her name again? Is that Zani?
Shari does the sauerkraut, yeah.
And yeah, no, I'm just so grateful for all the food choices we have. And when you think about it, you know, in if you ever read the books called the Celestine Prophecies, he was a pope who received all these insights about where we were heading as a society. And it is exactly where we are today, because we think of something, it appears, we think of something, it appears. And this is perfect example with food. You know, okay, comes to dinner time, we get in a bit hungry, what are we going to have? We have choices galore. We can just pick up the phone and order some food already cooked, ready, coming to our doorstep. You know, we can go jump on Google, check a recipe, go get the food and cook it ourselves for the joy of cooking and sharing the experience with the family. We have so many choices. It's extraordinary, and I'm so grateful for that.
Absolutely. And what do you want to get out of tonight other than networking? What do you want to learn about video, maybe, Angelique?
Yes, I definitely could learn a lot about videos. I'm not sure better my videos, because obviously I'm a novice, and yeah, maybe editing. Would love to know how to find a cheap, a very simple way to edit out. Perhaps make them a little bit more professional. You know, be able to put a little something in front and at the end of it, like whatever. That's it.
Yes, how to do the intros and outros on videos.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one. And there'll be lots of different technology you could use for that, different software. I'm sure Nicola could share that, and probably John and other people that do video here as well. So fantastic. Well, welcome from Brisbane. Angelique's one of our beautiful Mass Media Mastery members, and we've been working closely together too, known as the Angelic Transformer.
Indeed.
The Angelic Transformer. Very cool. Thank you so much, Angelique. Thank you for that. Now we've heard from everyone except for Adina and Chin. So would you guys, either of you guys, like to share and come off the black screen? The black screen. We never know what's really going on behind that black screen, do we? Are they running around naked? Oh, no, Chin's not naked. Okay, Chin, good to see you with clothes on. Fantastic. All right, Chin, please introduce yourself. Welcome.
Hi, so I am Chin. So I'm working as a video content strategist. I work for a digital creative agency where we produce social media videos and pictures for brands to market themselves. The takeaway that I would like to have from this Zoom call is that hopefully I'll be able to learn more about creating branded videos and various kind of elements that attract consumers, basically. And the three things that I'm grateful for is my family, to still have work, because in Malaysia, we're currently undergoing a movement control order. So we can't really move around much, but we still have to produce videos. And the last thing would be my health.
Yeah, beautiful, Chin. Thank you for sharing. And it is tough. I know there's parts of Asia really tough. I have a VA in the Philippines, and her husband recently got tested positive for COVID. He actually works in the hospital system. And, you know, and then she had a son that she was worried would get COVID. He had to isolate for 2 weeks. And then, you know, she got her vaccines, etc., survived the vaccines. Some people aren't surviving the vaccines, and that's a whole other story. But, you know, it's scary times for some people out there. And I think considering the circumstances, our health is definitely something that is possibly more important than just about anything else, right? Without our health, what do we have? So, you know, that's something we can always be grateful for. You know, another day on the planet. You know, a third of people die by the age of 65. 1/3 of the whole population die by 65. And if you think about your life, how quick life goes, 65 could come around very quickly. Not that I'm quite there yet, although, you know, the years just fly by. So here is really to making the most of every precious moment. And I'm so glad and grateful that you have chosen to spend your night together for the next hour and a bit together on this beautiful Zoom room. So thank you, Chin, for sharing that all the way from Malaysia, video content strategist. So great to have you here. And Adina, would you like to share next?
Hello, nice to meet you. Sorry, my internet was on and off. So yeah, my name is Adina, and I'm doing art. And when I look at the social media, seems like everybody is on the video now, and I would like to learn how to be confident in camera, not just video but on photos, and just learn something new. Yeah, and 3 things I'm grateful for is I'm grateful that I'm living beside the beach. I'm on Gold Coast at the moment, and it's so beautiful here. And I'm grateful that I stay healthy and happy during these difficult times. And I'm also grateful that the people I met, they are all very nice and very friendly, and I'm very grateful for that. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. Adina, I am saying that right? Adina?
Yes, that's right.
Adina, beautiful. And are you a Japanese background, or what's your background?
I'm Chinese.
Chinese. Ni hao. Ni hao. Anyone else know
Ni hao.
Chinese? Ni hao ma. When I went to China, it was all lots of eating. Ni hao ma, they used to say. And Pia Liang is beautiful. There you go.
Yes,
No,
yes.
Pia Liang. Pia Liang. I went to China, actually. I used to play table tennis for Australia, believe it or not. And our Australian table tennis coach was a Chinese guy called Zhao Lan Sun. And we used to train down at the Melbourne Academy, the Australian Table Tennis Academy in Melbourne, in around Albert Park. For anyone knows that area, we used to run around Albert Park, around that lake, and it was crazy. It turned me off running for the rest of my life. But anyway, I did do it there for a while. and we went to China a few times. We trained with the Chinese national team, and gee, they're amazing. The Chinese players are amazing, some of the best in the world at table tennis. And also the Swedes are very good. Swedish and parts of Europe, where they're very cold countries in winter, table tennis is very popular over in Europe and in parts of Asia. So that's how I learned a few little Chinese words there, Dina. So welcome. There you go.
Thank you.
I'll keep working on my Chinese. All right, we'll keep fine-tuning those skills.
I keep working on my English.
Yeah. Maybe we can teach each other.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Adina. Fantastic. Great to have you here. Now, everyone, I believe, is shared. Now, is there anything anyone didn't share that they'd like to share? Just pop in. Did anyone, maybe a few people might not have shared what they want to get out of tonight, or anything else you want to share before I do a little segment on how to get publicity? And then we're going to hear from Nicola about all about 5 steps to authentic brand videos. We're going to have Q&A after that, and then some giveaways at the end. And if you do want to offer a giveaway at the end, you need to be on the Zoom to win a prize tonight. Then you can do that at the end. Okay, well, you can unmute yourself at the end if you want to offer a prize, and you can get some extra promo there. There's quite a few people usually that watch the replay of this Mass Media Tribe event. We will also put it up on YouTube, on the Media Queen TV channel, also on YouTube, so you'll be able to see it after tonight. And we are creating video content tonight, are we not? This is video content. This is all helping to get you out there. So, you know, video is just so powerful. They say if a photo is worth 1,000 words, a video is worth 1 billion words. Right, very powerful. And particularly nowadays, where there's so many online scammers. In fact, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry now with the number of scammers there are online. So what people are doing more and more now before they decide to work with you is they are Googling you. And I know media do this all the time. They are Googling people to see, firstly, if they're real, right? Secondly, how they come across on camera. And if we gel with that person, if we warm to that person, if we feel that they're genuine, if we connect, you know, we're looking for all these things, I believe, when we're looking to do business with people. We want to work with people that we know, like, or love and trust. And that can take a certain amount of rapport building over time. And if you have videos out there, it's a great way that you can leverage yourself and really maximize, you know, your time, because once you create one video once, it's out there for, you know, hundreds, thousands, or millions of people to see. And you just never know which video you do that might just go viral, or where things could go, right? You could get a video that you put out there shared by one major influencer on social media, and next thing you could be getting millions of views, right? You just never know. However, even just reaching one person with your message makes it worthwhile putting a video out, I believe. And I love the fact, you know, John and Nicola both do legacy videos. And I think that is just absolutely brilliant, because so many people die with the music in them. And so many people, when they die, all we have to remember them is a few photos usually. For some people, it's even black and white photos, right? Because some people hate having their photos taken. So if you have video of yourself or family members that you can remember someone by, it is just so, so special, and a great way that you can really make a difference and reach so many more people. Even after you may be long gone from this planet, your video can live on, right? So very, very powerful, and something that is absolutely worth, you know, getting confident with and getting comfortable with, putting yourself out on video and really connecting from the heart. And whenever there's nerves, who here gets nervous on camera? Who gets nervous? Yes, a few people. Thank you for your honesty. Actually, I think that was just about everyone. Yes, we all get nervous on camera at times, right? And generally when you're nervous, it's because the attention is on yourself. Okay, usually, and some people say it's very selfish if you get nervous because you're worrying about how you're looking. Whereas when you come from the heart, you know, something I always say is, please let me say what needs to be said. Before I speak, before I do videos, I say a little prayer. That's a good song title too. I say a little prayer for me and for you, right? I say a little prayer and, you know, trust that the right words come out. And that's how I like to work with my videos. I don't like to be too contrived. And, you know, I'd love to hear from you. How do you do your videos? We'll be digging a lot deeper into that. Firstly, though, let's get into, I'm going to do a very quick segment on how to get free publicity. Now, who has not seen me present before? Who hasn't seen me present before? Just show of hands. Okay, John hasn't. And okay, all of the rest of you have. Beautiful. So hopefully you've seen me in all the right places. Adina, you see me present as well. I really should be a comedian, shouldn't I? Just so they're all coming out. The one-liners are all coming out tonight. I actually do a comedy duo, believe it or not. It's called the Fiddly Gigglers. It's true. I actually started the Gold Coast Business Laughter Club a few years ago with a good friend, Tracy Corman, who runs Two's company. And we have this duo called the Fiddly Gigglers. And we often joke the Fiddly Gigglers hitting the GC spot. So, and the Gold Coast Business Laughter Club was to help lift the energy on the planet, right? Because so many people are so serious, particularly in business. Have you noticed that? How serious do people get in business? They're just way too serious, you know. Just chill out a bit, relax, enjoy what you do. You know, Bob Proctor talks about this, you know, how to find your purpose. He's done a great video. It's on YouTube that you can find on there. And it's actually, I'll put the link into the Facebook group. How to find your purpose. And he talks about love what you do. Do as much of what you love as possible every single day, right? And that's how you find your purpose. Just keep doing what you love. So, and something I love is presenting, and I love talking. And I could actually talk all night, but I won't be tonight because we are going to hear from Nicola as well, right? So I'm going to share the screen now. I'm going to share very quickly about how to gain free publicity. This will go for about 10 minutes or so. So just want to make sure you can see my screen. There we go. Bring that up. Okay, can everyone see that okay? Can you see that? You can hear me okay? Just do a little nod. Yes. Okay, beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you, Angelique. Good to see. Thank you. All right, so how to gain free publicity. All right, for those who don't know, I have actually got 37 years media experience. It's true. I know I don't look a day over 25. Thank you very much. I am actually 47. I am 47. I started in the media at age 10 when I first appeared in the media. Was actually in the Manly Daily in Sydney, and it was for table tennis. I used to release my anger through table tennis. I actually grew up bullied as a child in Sydney. I was picked on because my name was different, because the food I took to school was different. I was a first generation Australian with Greek, Turkish, and Ukrainian blood. All three countries were at war with each other. And I say my parents had make-up sex, and here we are. So we've made up across the nations. And, you know, now I love my life. However, as a child growing up, my dad used to watch the news every single night. Well, not just one channel, he would watch multiple channels of the news. So we would be subjected to about 2 hours of negative news every single night. And there were times I was so depressed, I was in tears. And I remember one night in tears going up to my dad and saying, why is the world so miserable? Why are people so nasty to each other? And I remember in tears just going up to him, and he hugged me and he said, that's just how the world is. And then he also taught us as kids, he said, anger is danger. And so I internalized my anger for many years. And then I found table tennis. And I used to beat the hell out of that ball. I had a killer forehand smash. It was a fantastic way to release my anger. However, it wasn't until I actually found the media and being interviewed by the Manly Daily, and then at age 11 I was on Cartoon Connection on Channel 7, and then did a radio show at age 13. It was through the media I started to find a voice to be able to share about things that upset me, to be able to share about things that I wanted to make a difference in the world. And that's the beauty of free publicity, is that there is literally millions of opportunities, millions of media outlets out there across the world where you can share your story and you can help get your product, your service, your message out there to masses of people with doing the work just once. Just like the power of video where you're leveraging, same with publicity. You're leveraging yourself every time you appear on TV, in radio, or in print. Just imagine what would happen to you or your business if you were interviewed on Sunrise tomorrow. What do you think would happen? Just pop into the chat. If you're on a major TV show in your country, what would happen? Or what if a major magazine, a women's magazine or a men's magazine, did an article about you? In Australia, the biggest ones are Women's Weekly and GQ. Just imagine if a major magazine outlet or online podcast that reaches millions of people did an article about you. What do you think would happen to you or your business? Or what if Oprah's office called you and asked if you could be available for a show? What do you think would happen? What would happen? Just pop into the chat. Nicola says the emails and messages would flow in. Absolutely, they would. Yes, you would be flooded with inquiries on your website, massive inquiries, John. Absolutely. That is correct. You would be flooded. And in fact, just one media appearance could take you from feeling in your business like you've been chugging along. One media appearance could take things exponential for you, right? We've heard about this exponential curve. And that is what happened to Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, when he appeared on Oprah. It was the 27th of April, 2000. 3 years after he wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So hardly anyone knew about Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Then he appeared on Oprah. And then at the end of the 1 hour show, Oprah turned to Robert and said, "Congratulations, Rich Dad. We've just sold you 1 million books." Now, at the time, he was making $5 US per book. That's $5 million. Thank you very much, after a 1 hour show. Insane. Now, of course, that's Oprah, that's massive media. However, now with the changing way of the mass media world, it's incredibly exciting times, because not just do we have the offline media, the TV, radio, print, now all of those media outlets also have social media pages and groups, etc. And they also have massive following on their website as well. So now you're really getting that mass media exposure with the offline and the online media. And now we're at a time too where there's 2 million podcasts worldwide. There's over 1 million just in the US alone. Massive opportunity with people in all sorts of areas, no matter what area you are from, what business you're from, no matter what you do, there will be a journalist looking to interview someone like you. And you may think, well, who am I to share my message? Well, who are you not to? And if you know 10% more than someone else, you can teach something. So you don't have to know everything about that topic. In fact, you'll probably never know everything about your topic, right? So just be willing to put yourself out there. And the fact is that your X factor is your story. And we love stories from the beginning of time. The media loves stories. Now, for years, I have worked as a journalist. I've worked with thousands of clients over the years now since I had my media business. In 2002, I started photography media business way back then, working as a journalist. I've worked in TV, radio, and print across the world now, and it's been quite an extraordinary journey. And the same principles come into play no matter where you are in the world for getting publicity. And it really is about meeting a need. And what journalists are interested in is, how does what you do benefit the wider community? Now, we all want to be inspired by a good story too. So if you've had any hardship whatsoever, there'll be a story right there on how did you come out of that hardship? Why did you start the business you're in if you're in business? Why are you passionate about the things you're passionate about? most likely you'll find that whatever it is you're passionate about now, that you have some history with that thing or some emotional connection with that thing. So this is all possible for you. Mass media exposure is all possible. We are in unprecedented times, which is actually great news in many ways for those who want to take things to another level and really get themselves out in the online world. And of course, video is a great way to do it. And putting content out in some way is a great way to do it too, whether it's words, whether it's audio, whether it's video. And what I love about video is you can extract the audio from that and you can also turn it into blogs as well. So content consumption is actually up 60% during COVID, even more, I would say now that's from Adweek. So a lot more people are going online, a lot more people are going online to buy things, to get connected, to buy courses, to be supported in different programs, etc. So if you offer something for them, they will love you for it, and is a great way you can really take things to a whole other level by going online with your business. Also, active social media users now have passed the 3.8 billion mark of the world's 7.8 billion population. And this is increasing by over 9% or 321 million new users since 2019. And that's from the Digital 2020 Global Overview report. So basically what we're seeing now is about half the world's population are active social media users. Now, if social media drives you crazy, as I know a lot of my clients, they go absolutely crazy with social media and they just don't have time for it and they get very overwhelmed with it all, etc. Well, the thing is that Facebook only started in 2004. So, you know, everyone's fairly new to social media, really, and things are changing all the time. So I recommend you need some kind of understanding around social media if you want to put yourself out there, because people are going to Google you and they want to connect with you as well. So I do recommend, I mean, depending who your avatar is, who your ideal market is, depends on where you're going to spend a lot of your time on social media. However, at the very least, I would suggest if you are in business that you are on Facebook, you are on Twitter, and on LinkedIn at the very least. Okay. And of course, YouTube's great. YouTube's fantastic to have your own channel. And then, you know, there's things like Pinterest out there. Twitter, I say, because a lot of journalists and celebrities are on Twitter. So Twitter is really important. And a lot of media commentary happens on Twitter as well. So it's a great way that you can actually get extra exposure by using Twitter. Facebook, of course, well, most of the world's population is on Facebook, although you're not getting as much reach nowadays with Facebook posts. The only organic reach is now around 3 to 7% of your actual viewers on Facebook, whereas in Facebook groups, people are getting a lot more traction. So using Facebook groups effectively is a great strategy moving forward. And then LinkedIn, of course, 80% of people on LinkedIn are business owners or decision makers. So if you are in business, it's absolutely crucial that you use LinkedIn effectively. And I'm finding a lot more of my clients, a lot more people are actually getting great results out of LinkedIn. In fact, some cases, better results than they are from Facebook. So great opportunity there. Now, here's the journey that people go on when they go to look to put themselves out there, maybe to be seen, be heard, to make a bigger difference in the world. They start right here. They are the world's best kept secret. And in fact, all celebrities once upon a time were the world's best kept secret. I've interviewed people like Hugh Jackman, Cyndi Lauper, Russell Crowe, and all these people once upon a time, they weren't born famous, right? They followed their passion. They did what they loved. They were good at what they did. And they, you know, might have had a few lucky breaks in there as well. And, you know, they're out there as stars now, right? And people who are experts in their industry too, also once upon a time were the world's best kept secret. And maybe the difference between others in your industry and you is that people have packaged themselves up in a way that they have been attractive to journalists and they have helped journalists out and got more publicity where you haven't, because you just haven't packaged yourself up in that way to become known as the expert. And the beauty is it's never too late, right? Because media will have multiple experts on their books, not just one expert. So you're the world's best kept secret and you think to yourself, really need to make a change now. It's time to start making a bigger difference, to get myself out there more, and then you make a start. And 50% of anything you do is just starting. Right, just make that start, 50%. It could be coming along to learn about how to get free publicity at an event, for example. It could be coming to an event like this. This could be making a start for you. Whatever it is, just making a start. It could be learning about how do you get publicity, you know, press release, visuals, pitch, etc. are all crucial. And when you get a good newsworthy angle, and you pitch it effectively, you will get some runs on the board. You'll start to get some media coverage. I always suggest start with your local media. It is the easiest place to get publicity. Okay, your local newspapers, local community radio. Just start with your local media and build up from there. If you're not confident with your media just yet and you want to just ease yourself into it, just start there. And when you're pitching to local media, always mention what suburb you're from, and they'll love you for it because they are struggling to find great people in the local area doing great things. Okay, so always mention your suburb. And then they shoot for the stars. They go, right, I'm going to get some major media coverage now. I'm going to get on national TV, get some major podcasts, get on some big radio shows in some major magazines, shoot for the stars. They get a few big runs on the board. In fact, even sometimes the small runs with the getting stories in local media often can lead to big media too. If the story is good enough, what happens is that national media seek out stories from local media all the time. And having worked as a regional journalist for many years, there were many times that we actually got called in the newsroom by major media outlets who wanted to get in contact with some of the people that we had interviewed for stories. So media feed off other media. Great opportunity there. Once you start to get some runs on the board, things can really skyrocket for you. And once journalists get to know you, they will come back to you looking for more comment as well. And then next thing you know, you are a star. And that's the rocket ship journey of getting publicity and marketing and putting yourself out there. Now, there's certain keys to success you need on this journey. One is passion. It's so important to be passionate about what you do. What are you passionate about? I'd love to see in the chat here for those joining us on the Zoom, or if you're joining on Facebook, what are you passionate about? What are you passionate about? Now, for me, there's two things that I'm really passionate about. One is inspiring more truth and good news in the media to help lift people's spirits and help decrease depression, anxiety, and suicide rates. Why? Well, I have a story associated with that. I've personally had depression, and I've had 4 friends who have taken their own lives by the age of 45. And worldwide, there's about 1 million people a year worldwide take their own lives. And that number has gone up now with COVID. And I believe that we can shift the energy on the planet by focusing more on good news. And in every negative, there's always a positive, right? So it's focusing on the positives. So I'm passionate about that. I have a story related to that, just as you will with what you're passionate about. There'll be some kind of story linked in there. So please pop in the chat. What are you passionate about? We'll share that in just a moment. And the other thing I'm passionate about is inspiring action for animals. And for years, I saw animal cruelty. And in 2007, I saw an Earthlings documentary. It was very, very hard to watch. I was literally holding my throat and crying by the end of this documentary, all about how we've treated animals over time, how we've used them for food, clothing, and scientific research. And I saw this documentary, and I've often felt angry and helpless and hopeless to help animals. And then I did a landmark course. I did a self-expression leadership course, went for 3.5 months. In 2007, I created the world's first Animal Action Day to inspire people to take action for animals and to raise awareness, appreciation, and respect for animals. And I've since done 14 annual events. We've had over 30 performers and speakers at a lot of the events and raised funds for different charities every year. And we've raised literally millions of dollars of free publicity for all these charities as well over time. So if you're passionate about it, you will want to just keep talking about it. You will have it generally related in some way. You'll be emotionally linked to that thing that you are passionate about. So let's see some of the things you're passionate about in the chat here. What do we have here? Nicola says, helping people share their passion and their stories on video. Beautiful, Nicola. Yep, absolutely. And it's great that you're working in that field. John is passionate about families having greater connection, understanding, and healing. Yeah, beautiful, John. That's lovely. I like that. And Shari, you are taking the focus off weight and size of the body and putting the focus on health. Yes, so important. Beautiful. Angelique, passionate about taking people from pain to pleasure and seeing women live the life they love. Beautiful. Yeah, love that as well. And it's great to see men living life they love too, because the other thing to realize is that hurt people, right? Whether it's male or female, hurt people. So the more you love yourself, the more you'll be able to love others, as we shared earlier, as Jeff said, actually. All right, John, honoring and helping fathers to have greater peace and contentment, particularly in their later years. Yeah, nice one, John. I love that. And look, there'll be there'll be charities you can align with all of these things. And you can also create your own charity or cause or day as well around what you're passionate about. Robert, I'm passionate about raising people's consciousness to live a better life. Beautiful. Adina, create arts and poems that life up people's heart. I think you're saying what you mean is light up people's hearts. Create arts and poems that light up people's hearts. Beautiful, Adina. I love that. And being creative is such a fantastic thing to do. And if you know anyone with depression or who's feeling down, one of the great ways to overcome depression is by being creative. Jeff, I'm passionate about reputation. When I was in pharmacy, I got every job I went after because of my reputation. Your reputation is essential in life. It helps you get a job and in business attract new clients. Absolutely. Your reputation is king. So important. And of course, Jeff does SEO, reputation management online, which is so important as well. And having more video out is a great way to help boost your SEO, of course. Fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. That is brilliant. And as I said, you can align with the charity in line with your passion, or you just go out and create your own thing. So I created Animal Action Events, 14 annual events now, in line with the good news and the truth that I'm very passionate about. I started a Good News Day on the 8th of the 8th, 18. And now we have the Global Good News Challenge, which it runs every month. It's actually on right now. The Global Good News Challenge is a very simple Facebook Live challenge where you share your name, what you do, 3 things you're grateful for, and a piece of good news. We have a 7-day one running currently, and you can start your 7-day challenge anytime between now and Sunday to share more good news. So the Global Good News Challenge is something I created there. And for August, we're going to have an 8-day challenge. September will be a 9-day challenge. It's going to go up as we go through the months of the year. So if you want to find out more about that, check out the Global Good News Challenge Facebook page. Pinned to the top is all details on that. Okay, other keys to success for media is being on purpose and realizing what your purpose is. Aligning that with your media campaign is crucial. Then how you package that up to get publicity is also crucial. And journalists know when you know what you're doing when it comes to getting your message out there. So with your package, I recommend you have a press release. I recommend some good visuals and a great pitch that's no longer than 45 seconds. You only have 45 seconds to get a journalist's attention. They're very, very busy people. They talk very fast. Okay. And the best time to pitch for journalists too is in the morning in general, right? Always pitch in the morning because by afternoon they're on deadline. So get to them early and package that up in an effective way. Now, the press release, I believe, is really important. It's not absolutely crucial to get publicity. You can get publicity without a press release. You just increase the chances that the journalist will get the facts wrong. Okay, so how you package up what you do is really crucial. Your profile, boosting your profile. Now, Jeff knows all about this, right? With reputation management, people are going to Google you. Are you Googleicious? Right? What happens when people Google? What are they going to find online? They're going to see consistent branding and messaging with your profile, or are they going to see a whole lot of disjointed messages and not know what you do? And, if you confuse people, you lose people, as they say. And as entrepreneurs, one of the entrepreneurial curses is always coming up with new ideas, right? So sometimes it's important to just focus on one thing, then go to the next thing, right? So channel that creativity with focus. People, everything is done with people, right? It could be one great person that you meet here tonight on the Zoom room that could be a fantastic connection for you. It could be a great alliance. You just never know, right? Everything is done with people, and same with journalists, right? It's building relationships with journalists so that you boost your marketing, and with the right people who know what they're doing in any marketing field. In fact, it's important to work with experts if you want to fast track your success. There is a process too for getting publicity, which I'll cover shortly. And then once you get the publicity, how do you then make the most of that is really important. A lot of people don't maximize the media coverage they get. So if you've appeared in media once, you can use those logos in your branding. Okay, you can say as seen here, as seen there, hopefully for the right reasons, right? You don't have to smuggle drugs out of Bali to get publicity. Okay, although it has worked very well for one person, I know. Okay, well, we want to do it in the right way because reputation is important, right? The awesome media magic formula, and here is my magic wand. My awesome media magic formula is in the acronym AWESOME. And the very first steps to start with your media campaign is actually getting really clear on what it is you want to promote. And then articulate your story around that. So that's the A, is articulate your story. So get clear on the message, the product, the service you want to promote, and what is your story behind that. And this is a real brain dumping exercise, getting this down. The next thing is to work angles. All of media work with newsworthy angles. Now, newsworthy has the word new in it, right? So what is new and interesting and unique about what you do? And what sort of angle could you work in with the media to get a story published or to be interviewed? And all of you will have some gems in your story. Often we're too close to what we do to realize what the gems of our story are. Next step is to elevate your profile and then package up what you do in a way that journalists are going to find it appealing. So once you know what you want to promote, you've worked some different angles around it, then do the press release, get some visuals together and get your pitch together. Next thing is then to startle the media, to get their attention. And Sir Richard Branson is fantastic at this, who of course is the Virgin founder. And he did crazy things out there, like dressed in a wedding dress to launch the Virgin Brides venture. He dressed in a spacesuit to launch Virgin Galactic. He posed as a Zulu warrior to launch flights to South Africa. So what are you willing to do to be creative and visual? Because journalists don't want to just educate, they want to entertain as well. Okay, so what can you do? To educate and to entertain with what you do. Always own your power. This is so crucial when it comes to interviews. Own your power. We know the imposter syndrome can come in there and try to put you down and say you're not good enough and all those kind of subconscious beliefs that everyone has had and does have at some point in their life, right? No matter how conscious we are to our stuff keeps coming up, right? So it's important to continually look at this area, owning your power, and to let go of any resentments and upset from the past or with anyone else, getting that hurt people. Come to everything with love, I suggest. It's love or fear that you are coming from in life, one or two places. So just notice when you're feeling empowered, I would suggest most likely you're coming from a loving space. When you're disempowered, there will be some pain there will be fear there, and it will be coming from a scarcity mindset as opposed to an abundant mindset. So owning your power before you go into your interviews is crucial to master your interviews. There's certain things to do before, during, and after interviews to make the most of this time with journalists, whether it's on the phone or in person. Mastering interviews is crucial. And if you come across well in your interviews with passion and you're clear, you have some great grabs, the media are going to love you for it and they will invite you back again and again. And then the E is explode your impact, making the most of that coverage once you get it, sharing that on your social media and emails, celebrating it in your marketing. So that's the awesome formula, media magic formula for getting publicity. I go into a lot more detail in this with my 4-hour masterclass that I have coming up called Free Publicity Secrets. And if you want to know more about that, we can share that shortly. All right, the benefits that happen once you get publicity is you will be more famous. Now, you might not want to be famous like the celebrities, but you will be famous in your industry and known as an expert in your field. And once you're known as an expert, you can charge more for what you do. You can charge what you're worth, right? That will then bring you more money and will give you more freedom, right? If you earn more money with less time, you're going to have more freedom and you'll be able to leave a legacy with every single media spot you get. With every video you put out there, you are leaving a legacy. Very, very powerful. I love that. So Mass Media Tribe continues monthly. We have this every single month. So to keep updated with our events, this is the cover image on our Mass Media Tribe Facebook group. I do recommend that you come and join us there. You're welcome to promote your stuff in there as well. We're very big on helping to promote others and share your events, share what you've got going on, share your successes with us. We would love to hear from you here in the Mass Media Tribe group in Facebook and on Meetup as well. So come and join us there if you haven't already. Mass Media Tribe. We have the Global Good News Challenge I mentioned that's on currently, and you can participate. If you do participate, please hashtag Global Good News Challenge when you do your challenges so that we can then share that into our Global Good News Challenge page. We'll also add you to a private group. We have a private Global Good News Challenge group as well for all the Good News Crusaders around the world who have done a Good News Challenge. You can hang out with some other Good News Crusaders there. And it does feel amazing when you share gratitude, doesn't it? We've had everyone here today share things they're grateful for. And how does it feel? How does it feel in the chat when you share what you're grateful for? I found it incredibly powerful, not just to write what you're grateful for, think about it. But when you share it, it is incredibly powerful. It shifts your whole vibration, your whole energy. And of course, everything is energy, right? Everything is energy. All right. Warm and fuzzy is how John feels. Yeah, it does feel warm and fuzzy when you share gratitude. Absolutely. How do the rest of you feel when you share gratitude? If you want to give it a go, here it is, Global Good News Challenge. Here's your chance. The July one, you can start your 7-day challenge anytime between now and Sunday. And details are pinned to the top of the Global Good News Challenge Facebook page. We also have the free Publicity Secrets Masterclass. The next one I have coming up is on July 22. It is an intensive 4-hour event. It's done online. You can do it from anywhere in the world from 9 to 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And we only have a 10-minute break in between. So it is intensive, heaps of great content. I share a whole lot of insider secrets on what it's like behind the scenes, what journalists are dealing with, how you can get your message out, how to pitch it effectively, where to go, what to do. It is a fantastic masterclass, and here is your chance to join. So freeprsecrets.com is the website for that. freeprsecrets.com if you want to find out more about that. It's $97, and I'm actually going to give away a few tickets to that tonight. For those who stay on the Zoom till the end, we'll give away 2 tickets to the Free Publicity Secrets Global Masterclass on Zoom. $97 Australian for that, and you can also purchase a recording if you can't make that date as well. We also have a mass media mastery program if you want to know about working more closely together and getting some expert advice on getting publicity. Then if you go to aaexpos.com and go to the services section and then the mass media mastery tab on there, then you will see all the details about the Mass Media Mastery program. Also happy to have a chat with anyone who would like to have a one-on-one chat as well. We can do that and discuss your needs as well. All right, so that's the Mass Media Mastery program. All my links are right here. I've actually got 45 different social media links. I've just been a wee bit active in this area over the years. So if you would like to just scan that, you will get a list of all of those websites I've mentioned, all in the one place right here. So I'll just leave that up just for a moment. If you want to just use your QR code scanner and just do a little scan of that, or just go to linktree/Aldwyn and you'll get all the links as well. And if you're not using Linktree currently in your business, I highly recommend it. If you're like me and have a million different social media links and websites and things going on, instead of, repeating yourself 45 times, you can just go straight to one link and there's all your social media links in the one place. It really is a brilliant software there to use, and it's absolutely free. So why not use it? Who's on Linktree here? Actually, just show of hands. Who's on Linktree? Who's using it? Yes, Angelique. Of course, Angelique's one of my clients, so she got on there. Excellent. Good on you, Angelique. Action taker. All right, so I highly recommend check that out, guys. Check it out and perhaps start using it. You'll find it does take a little while to just set it up, but once you set it up, it's fantastic. I use it all over the place now. So there it is. That's the Linktree. The world is your oyster. The world is your oyster, my friends. And here's my last slide here. Shine bright, shine bright. I believe in the power of one, and I believe in you. May your flame burn bright and light up all those around you. And there we go. That's a little bit of free publicity training there. And I will stop the share there and we'll come back to you now. What I'd love to hear from you is, what did you get out of that? What did you get out of that? We're going to go over to Nicola soon with her presentation on 5 steps to authentic brand videos. What are some things you got out of that? Just unmute yourself and just share. What did you get out of that little presentation? What are you maybe going to do differently moving forward from this event today around the area of publicity? Who would like to share? Just unmute yourself. Yes, John.
Yeah, so for me, I guess it was just realising that journalists are always, it's their job to find stories, and it's sometimes difficult to find a new story. So you've actually got something to offer if you have that. So
yes,
it's not as hard, or it's just a matter of how you package yourself and how clearly you get across your story. I think, and how unique it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, you don't have to have any groundbreaking, mind-shattering story. If you've overcome any kind of hardship whatsoever, there'll be a way that you've done that, and there'll be an inspiring story within that. As they say, at the end of every breakdown is a breakthrough.
Yep.
So it's looking in your own life, where are some of the biggest breakdowns that you've had and how have you overcome that? And there'll be a great story right there. However, the thing is, we're not taught to, step up and to say, hey, I'm amazing, check me out, come and do a story about me. This is why it's always good generally if you have someone else promoting you saying you're amazing rather than you saying you're amazing, right? Because we're taught to be, seen and not heard growing up. We're not encouraged to step up. And so it takes something, and it takes overcoming your fears to put yourself out there. And knowing how to do it, of course, does help as well.
Yeah. And it's exactly what I go through with trying to get fathers to talk. A lot of them don't believe they have a story to tell, but everyone has one. So
yes.
It's
absolutely.
Do it that they realise and are quite amazed by it. So.
Yes, absolutely. And it really is fantastic to see so many men's groups and fathers groups, and more and more of this is coming out now, which is brilliant, because one of the highest suicide rates is actually with men in their 40s, which is incredibly sad. And 3 of my friends who actually took their own life were men in their 40s, in their early 40s. So it's a big issue, because men often feel they can't talk to people, and they're meant to be seen as the strong ones, and the all this kind of thing, whereas it's really great to see a lot more men actually communicating and reaching out to others, whether it's men or women, and there's so many groups out there where men and women talk openly about all sorts of things too, which is really brilliant. So I think things are changing in that area, which is wonderful to see. I think we've got a bit of a shift going on the planet right now. Yep. And Robert's got his thumb up there. Yep, Robert, do you want to say something about that? Angelique, yes? Yeah.
Yes. Well, my late husband used to say there should be men's liberation.
Yes.
And that is exactly, before I got into rapid transformational therapy, I was really focusing on relationship. And it is actually really, really good to use what I do in relationship, because, oh my goodness, women are so hard. They've learned from their mothers, and it's just evolution. But, we've been so tough, so controlling. Yes, the men like for the woman to rule what's inside the house, but they've just gone way, way, way overboard. And this is why I have actually been focusing on women, to teach them to stop being so damn controlling, and to allow people to be. And who cares if the man is going to keep his pile of clothes next to the shower every time he has a shower? Who cares? There's so many more things to be complaining about.
Yes, that's true. That's true. As long as he doesn't leave the toilet seat up, I'm okay usually. So that's it. Yes. Yeah. So we'll go to Robert and then Jeff. I can see Jeff putting your hand up there. So
that's one of my passions, is supporting men. But I do couples work. But I tell you what, it's got to be a safe place for men to share. That's a word that's not necessarily bandied around that much, but it's got to be really safe, because when they're vulnerable, it's really, really hard, because we're not taught to be that. So I help men to be courageous enough to be vulnerable. That's where the courage comes in. Like they can be courageous out doing extreme sports and whatever, but the courage is when they're to be vulnerable. Otherwise, so I do a lot of that, and I do a lot of men's work, and I'm part of an organising committee for a Man Shine, where we have about 140 men come together. So we're creating a whole 3-day workshop type thing for men. But just back to what I got out of tonight, the power of media, the power of video. But also what struck me just recently, and I've done a few, been on a few podcasts and podcast panels, is podcasting, which is video these days, and who knows, where people can pick that up. So thanks, Alwyn. Thank you for that.
Yeah, great, Robert. Thank you for sharing that. And that's amazing, the work you do too. Please share that into the Mass Media Tribe group when you have it. Actually, any of you, if you have events on, please do share your links in there so we can help support you through that. That's brilliant work. Thank you, Robert. And I've actually I've done some work with Robert too, and he's amazing as well. So if you have any personal issues that you want to work through as well around relationships, or femininity, masculinity, all that kind of stuff, we all have both in us, feminine and masculine, right? So embracing both of those. And I know I've been very masculine a lot of my life, and so I've been really working on my femininity a lot more. It's probably a reason that I'm 47 and never married or had no kids. I have scared a few guys off, I think, over the years. But anyway, it's a work in progress, and we'll keep you posted on that one. So, thank you for that. Thank you, Robert. And Jeff, you were going to say something there?
I was just going to say something. I thought I had a very boring and uninteresting life at one stage there, until I started telling people stories. And I had all these stories to tell.
Yes.
And it just made it a lot more interesting.
Yes, absolutely. I bet you have some amazing stories, Jeff. I'd like to hear some of your stories.
Yeah.
I bet you got all sorts of stories there. Well, there's a book in everyone, isn't there? At least one book, you know.
Yeah.
So, and a great way to share stories, if you're not a great writer as such, is actually with video, right? And then, you know, as we say, take the audio out, get it transcribed. A lot of people doing books this way. Very, very powerful. So fantastic, Jeff. And that's the thing, you know, you're 1 in a billion just by being born. Did you know that? 1 in a billion.
Yeah.
Because you beat a billion other swimmers to get to the finish line, right? Just by being born. Okay, depending how excited your parents were at the time. Okay, let's not over exaggerate, but it's between 400 million to 1.2 billion swimmers, according to the stats on Google. We can all believe Google, can't we? So, you know, I just say 1 in a billion, you know, about one, like that's a lot of little swimmers, you know, and you beat all those billion swimmers. Yeah. You probably have to look under a microscope to see them, but, you know, but anyway, let's not get too graphic here on the Mass Media Tribe, but you get the idea, right? You are extraordinary. You are extraordinary. And there's a reason you're here. Okay.
One of the things I like to say is that I'm not normal. I am one of a kind. I don't do things that everybody else does.
Yes. Well, that's a wonderful thing, Jeff. And that's the thing. We're all unique in our own special way, right? And in fact, you know, if you hang around this vicinity, I'd say, you know, you're probably one of the crazy ones, as they say. It's the crazy ones that change the world, right? Hey. We're the crazy ones, the out there ones that are willing to put ourselves out there and do things differently. So fantastic. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And please pop into the chat there, anything else you got out of that, so we can really bring those learnings home. And same with Nicola's talk. We're going to see how much you've been listening, and we'll be asking you what you got out of that as well at the end. John says, I did Manshine this year. It was awesome. Oh, very good. Okay, Manshine. Very cool. Robert's sticking his thumbs up. Yep, excellent. Okay, we've got some kinship among the males here on the Mass Media Tribe. Beautiful to see. Fantastic. All right, great. Well, without further ado, I would like to introduce the amazing Nicola. Nicola came all the way from New Zealand, from Wellington in New Zealand. I'm just going to go straight over to you, Nicola. You can talk more about this. We are talking about 5 steps to authentic brand videos. She's from love2video.nz with the number 2. Please welcome to the Mass Media Tribe stage, Nicola Kane. Yay. Over to you, Nicola. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. How are you all doing? Enjoying this session tonight, and yep, I'm here. It's 10:30 in New Zealand, so I'll stay awake. Don't worry, but yeah, I am starting to get a bit tired, however, but that's all right. No, this will really get me going. What I'd like to do is share my screen, Aldwyn. Can you?
Yes,
I can just do that.
I've given you access. Yep.
Oh, cool. Where am I going? Files, no. Share. There we go.
Yes. Okay. Something's coming up. Yep.
We need this one.
Yes.
And
wonderful.
We need. Sorry.
That's okay.
There we go.
All right. There we go.
We're there now. So, what I'm going to talk to you tonight about is my 5-step formula for structuring your video for maximum impact. So having a brand video that is engaging and authentic is what you need on all of the platforms out there, social media, your websites, and my 5-step formula will help you look at the structure of your brand video so that it's built in such a way that you will find it easy to attract new clients. Excuse me, my mouse is, I'm using Canva instead of PowerPoint, and it has a little blue dot that flies around a little bit. So just ignore the blue dot. So why use video? Oh, it skipped me on one here. Sorry. Before we go on to why use video, a little bit about my background. I have over 25 years in the IT world and communications industry. My small business in New Zealand, my first small business was creating websites. So I built that business up from scratch, started that in 2007. And 2.5 years ago, I started Love to Video, which is my business creating creating brand videos for small businesses. And just 4 months ago, I started Moving Memories, which is also a video service, but it's creating family videos. So videos for families where they want to save the memories and memoirs of their loved ones on video, doing it in that form rather than writing a story, for example. So that's a little bit about my background. So I've got a varied background. My IT background was mostly in the training side of things. I used to do training in all sorts of different IT systems. I lived in the UK for 12 years and delivered a lot of training around the UK and Europe and America as well. So I've done a fair bit of traveling and working all over the place. But what I'm here to talk to you about today is video and why it's so important that you use video. I mean, you know this, you've seen, you know, everywhere, video is king. You must have video on your website. You must have video to be seen out there. But why? Why should you do that is the question. And the first thing I want to share with you is a statistic that's quite a well-known one, but you may not have heard of it, is that videos or visuals are processed by the brain 60,000 times faster than text. So if you imagine if you had a PDF document with a whole screed of information about what you do, it would take your brain 60,000 times longer to read that than to watch a video with that same information. So it's a no-brainer that video is the one to use to get your story across. They're also more easily digested and shared on social media. So if you are able to, obviously, if you're able to understand a video faster than text, it's something that will be more easily digested by the people reading it, watching it, and they will share your videos more than they would text, especially on mobile devices. Very easy to share things, and video is much more easily shared. And it's so much more effective than a sales pitch, because you tell a story in a video. So with a sales pitch, you might find yourself using just the dollar amounts and the the bonuses and this, whereas with a video, if you're pitching your brand with video, you are going to use a story about your product and service. You might explain why you need to use this and why it will benefit you through using a story. So storytelling is much more effective than just a straight sales pitch. Some more statistics that you may be interested to know is 86% of businesses use video marketing. That number is increasing all the time. YouTube is the world's second most visited website. So if you're not on video, then you're not really being seen, is what it comes down to. The number one website, of course, is Google, but YouTube is the world's second most visited, and that has grown huge amounts since COVID. The number of I don't know exactly what the stats are, but the number of YouTube videos is just blown out of the water since COVID, because people are at home a lot more, and even since we're no longer in lockdown in New Zealand, haven't been for quite some time, but even since lockdown's finished here, we're still seeing huge numbers of people growing their businesses through using YouTube and creating video. The average person will spend 100 minutes each day watching an online video this year. That's an incredible number of minutes every day. The average person, just think about that. The average person will spend 1 hour and 40 minutes watching online video in 2021. And that's a fact, because we are just, this is the medium that we are able to easily digest and get information quickly. So what should your brand video include, and how should it be put together? This is a really just a checklist, and the first thing on the list is, I think, one of the most important. You must be authentic on your videos. If you're not authentic, your audience will know. If you're not able to be who you are and connect with your audience, they're going to know, and they're not going to believe you or trust you. So you want to build that trust factor. So authenticity is really key. Before you sit down to record a video, always kind of bring yourself into alignment and think about who you are and what you want to produce, what you want to share with your audience, and you'll feel that authenticity will come across the screen, or through the screen. Your brand video should also leave an impression, so it should leave people thinking, wow, yep, I do want to do business with that person. I'm really impressed with what they've got to offer. It should motivate people. So obviously at the end of the video, we're talking a bit more about this, but at the end of the video, you would have what we call a call to action. So something that says, this is what I want you to do now. So you want to make sure that whatever it is that you are going to give them as the call to action will motivate them to follow that through. It should also provide some sort of emotional value. So perhaps a story included in your brand video, not a big long story, because your brand video should be about two minutes long at the most, but the emotional value should be there. So include a little bit about why you do what you do, and what's in it for them. What is the value that you're going to give them that's going to make them feel fantastic? So it's an emotional value that you are providing. As I said earlier before, in the last slide, have a clear call to action. So the call to action is the thing that you finish your video with that tells people what to do next. People don't always know what to do next, so you do need to share with them, okay, go and have a look at my link tree, or go and have a look at my calendar link and book a call with me. Whatever it is, that's important that your brand video includes that. Oops, we've gone backwards instead of forwards. My apologies. Okay, there we go. So the first thing before you actually get started on creating your video is you need to do some planning. Obviously, everything that you do in your business requires a bit of planning, and the brand video is no different. So the who, what, where is where we're going to start here with the purpose of your video. So who is the video for? So is the video for people aged 40 to 60? Is the video for mums with toddlers? All of those things. So what is the purpose of your video? Who is your target audience? What can you help them with? So when you've sat down and looked at who it is you're going to work with, and what your brand is offering, what is it that you can help them with? Can you help them to develop a great marketing plan for their business? Can you help them to get beautiful young looking skin with your lovely products that you sell? Whatever it is that you can help them with, make sure that you put that focus on what you can help them with, not necessarily what you offer, what you do, but what you can help them with. Also, where do they spend their time online? So this is important because your demographics, your audience demographic will be in a lot of the time in many different places, but they might be predominantly in one place. For example, people aged sort of between 30 to 50, yeah, late 30s to 50s would be more on Facebook than on Instagram. They might be on both, but if you're targeting younger people, they would definitely be on Instagram. That's the way that the social media trends are at the moment anyway. That can always change, but currently that's where our social media trends are. So if you know where they are online, then you know what type of video you're going to create. So for example, on Facebook, you wouldn't want anything longer than 2 minutes. On Instagram for stories, you can't have anything anything longer than 30 seconds. On LinkedIn, you can get away with sort of 2 minutes, but I wouldn't go any more than that. But then if your audience is on YouTube, you can go, your video could be perhaps 3 to 4 minutes, up to 5 or 10 minutes is acceptable on YouTube. However, brand videos, I tend to recommend keep them within 2 minutes, because you will start to lose, they'll start to lose interest after that length of time. So find out where your audience is spending time online, and get your video ready to be on that particular platform. So to summarize, before we go into each step of the formula that I'm going to share with you, a good brand video will help you, or you'll help people understand who you are, what you do, and how to engage with you. So you'll tell them who you are, what it is you're here to help them with, what you do to help them, and how they can buy from you or engage with you. So that's a sort of summary. Oh, why do I keep going backwards instead of forwards? I apologize. My mouse is jumping around here. Let's go to the next one, not the previous one this time. So the first 2 steps, I'll cover them separately, but the first 2 steps are here on the screen. We have a problem and a solution. So step number 1, when creating or planning your brand video, is open with a problem. What do you do? What do they need that you have the solution to? So, for example, my opening problem might be, do you need help with getting camera confidence? Do you need help with creating a video for your new product? That's 2 problems that I can help with. So what you need to think about in the first step of this 5-step process is, what is the problem that you help with? Now, in the case of Robert, for example, he helps with relationship issues. So the opening problem that your video might start with, Robert, might be, do you want to have a more loving relationship with your partner? Opening with the problem is much better than saying, I can help you do such and such, because you're framing it in such a way that it's coming from you. Whereas when you open with the problem, it's what they need a solution to. You're straight away getting into their psyche. So you're asking them a question. Do you need help with losing weight? Do you need help with opening up your heart? All of those things are going to trigger a response in a person, and they're going to want to listen to what the answer to that question is. So it's the first 2 minutes, the first, not 2 minutes, the brand video is 2 minutes. It's the first 10 seconds of a video that gives you that powerful sort of hook. And that's where we want to get them hooked, is right at that very beginning. So open with a problem. Then the second step in the process is to frame your product or service as the solution. And by doing that, you are going to, get them understanding what it is you can do to help solve that problem. So when you do explain that, however, make sure you do it from their perspective, not from yours. So focus on the outcome that they will get. So again, giving Robert as an example, we might say, perhaps he opens with the problem, do you want to have a more loving relationship? And then step 2, by working with me, we will look at how we can solve your issues, and your relationship will become much more loving, and you'll feel amazing. So everything is from their perspective. So it's not necessarily what you do in terms of your qualifications, your step-by-step processes. That's not what it is that you're covering here. You need to remember that it's about them. So framing your product or service from their perspective is the most important thing to remember with any brand video, because people sometimes think, well, it's my brand video, I want to show how amazing I am and what my qualifications are and all the different clients I've worked with and all these amazing accolades that I've had. Those things can be on your website. You can have your list of clients on there, you can have all your qualifications on there, but your brand video is about getting people to know, like, and trust you. So it's about the people who are watching. It's not necessarily about how great you are. So you want it to be from their perspective. And I can't stress that enough. The third step in the process is, once you've said that you're going to be able to help them, and you've explained how you're going to help them in terms of your product or service being the solution, you then want to just give them a little bit more detail, but as the signpost says, keep it simple. Once more, it's got to be from their perspective, and it's really what do they need to know in order to know, like, and trust you and to do business with you. So you're going to give them a little snippet into what it is you do and how you do it. And I've got an example here of what I might say. So we help you create sales using video. So straight away they're getting something from this. They're going to be able to create sales. So that's a really good benefit for them. We use a 5-step formula in a storytelling style. So you're giving them I'm giving them a simple sort of framework. So it's 5 steps. That must be easy. And it's in a storytelling style. So it's a way of telling my story, but using my brand as the framework. We offer a full video service, but I'm not going to go into the detail of, we start with this and we go to this step and I'm going to frame it in such a way that we help you prepare a script. We guide you through the shoot process and we advise on how to distribute your video. So it's again, turning it all round into what you can do to help them, not necessarily what your business is about as such and how amazing you are. The fourth step in the process is showing proof of your work. Social proof is great if you can do that. So testimonials and reviews, you will have, I'm sure, collected reviews over the time you've been in business. And I can honestly say that I always read testimonials or watch testimonial videos on anyone that before I go to work with them. If I don't see a testimonial on a website, I will find out through someone who knows someone who's connected to the person what they felt about working with that person. So I really do believe that this is an important part of your brand video. Some of my clients, and I'll show you an example at the end of this, where some of them have actually included a very short snip of their client testimonial, not the full testimonial, but a little clip of it within their brand video. But if you can't get somebody to actually put a face to camera piece into the video for you, you can always just use a quote from a person and have it in a little speech bubble or something that pops up on the screen. If you're new to business, so I know that some people who've just started up, they say, well, I don't have a testimonial, I've not been in business long enough. Then you could still show a portfolio of work that you've done for a client, and it may or may not be related to the actual business you're in if you've just started out, but make sure that you've got something that just clearly shows who it is, how much work you've done in the past, so that they can see who they are going to be working with. So proving that you are who you say you are, because like Aldwyn was saying, Google, if somebody Googles you and they don't find anything, that's going to be a little bit disconcerting. And it's difficult when you first start out because you don't have a huge portfolio of work and you don't have a lot of testimonials, but there should always be something comes up in Google that shares what it is that you've done in the past, even if it's your LinkedIn profile. You really do need to have something there as proof of your work. And step number 5 in the process is making sure that you have a really clear call to action. Now, a good call to action, or the best call to action, I think, is to have a book a call link. I'm not sure if very many of you use online scheduling calendar, but that's really useful. It means that people don't have to go off and email you and then you go back and forth with, can you do Tuesday at 9 o'clock? No, I can't. Yes, well, I'm available Wednesday at 4 o'clock. If you've got an Acuity scheduler or something like that, this Acuity is ACUITY, is a scheduler that I use. You can block out times that you want to remain free, but you can have available times open for people to book directly into your calendar. So it's really worthwhile having a direct link to a calendar. I highly recommend it. You do have to keep that updated, of course. So if you get appointments outside of that, you do need to go in and block off that time. But it just makes it easier for the client or the person watching the video. And this is, again, it's all about them. So the call to action, you want to make it very clear and you want to make it easy for them to be able to book with you and take that next step. If it's not going to be book a call, if that's not something that you would do, then perhaps it'll be a link to your website or your link tree, or whatever it is that you want people to go to take that next step to work with you. So before I move on to the next piece, does anyone have any questions about what we've covered in those 5 steps? I'm going to cover some tips on camera personality next. So before we move on to that, does anyone have any questions? Just unmute yourself and ask any questions you have.
Nicola, how much, I guess a big part of my thing is my story.
Yes.
And I don't know how much of it, obviously in 2 minutes, I'm not going to, my story can go on for
a bit.
So would you focus on the other things more so, and then just try and throw a little teaser in about your story? Or
I would probably do a why video as a separate thing to your brand video.
yeah,
So your brand video is specifically what this framework is for. So it's making it easy for someone to get to know, like, and trust you, understand what you do, see some proof of what you do, and call to action to engage with you. So it's a very functional, I suppose, video, a brand video. But what it is, it sounds like you probably need, and it's important in this type of work that you and I are doing in the legacy video work. It is important to share your why in a little bit more detail. So I would create a separate video and call it My Why. I don't know if have you seen the Simon Sinek video about his why. You know, he talks about his why. That's a fantastic video to watch, just to get some ideas. But yeah, I would do that, and have that on your, perhaps on your About Us page on your website, and share it on your Facebook page and wherever else alongside your brand video. I think they, because of the type of videos you're doing, I think it would warrant having a separate why video.
yeah, because it's a very emotional story. So
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because your journey started with your father passing away a couple of years ago, and it's exactly how mine started, with moving memories. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Isn't that interesting? You both got a story there as to why you do what you do, right?
Yeah.
I just want to mention it's already 9 o'clock and time just flew. I don't know what happened the last few hours, but we'll just go a little bit over time for those who can stay with us. We'll go another 15 minutes to 30 minutes or so, all up with Q&A and our giveaway. So hopefully you can stick with us for a little bit longer. Is that okay? Does anyone need to run off, or we could just stay a little bit longer? Excellento. Thank you so much. Back to you, Nicola. Loving this, by the way. Thank you.
Cool. All right, I will just cover this next piece pretty quickly then, since I hadn't been keeping track of the time. It's naughty of me, I should have done that. The camera personality exercise that I'm going to share with you here is something that will really help give you more confidence on camera. I worked through this with a lady called Amanda Horvath, who is a Canadian video YouTuber, and she is just amazing. If you get a chance to go and have a look at some of her videos on how to do lots of different stuff to do with video, I recommend her, Amanda Horvath, Horvath. Anyway, this is a little exercise that I want you to have a go at, and I'll just give you some background on what you do to get started. So if you've never done a video before, this is perfect. If you've done videos before, you'd probably still benefit from doing this. It's a way of working out where you need to be on video in terms of your camera personality or your on-screen personality, and it's not necessarily the same as your face-to-face personality in a meeting room. It's a bit more than that, and you may have noticed that for example, when you've looked at yourself in a Zoom conference or whatever, if you're not at a slightly more animated version of yourself, I would be surprised, because you do need to be. So that's what this exercise is about. So what I want you to do after, not right now, but after this session, is get your camera set up on a tripod, or if you don't have a tripod, then a pile of books, or make a tripod out of a tissue box or something. Then come up with a short phrase that you're going to record. So for me, I might say, "Hi, I'm Nicola from Love to Video, and I'm testing my camera personality to see what level works best for me." Then you're going to hit record and say that phrase in your normal voice, and then watch it back. Then you're going to try it again, say the same phrase again, but you're going to do it with 25% more enthusiasm and personality. So you're just going to lift yourself that little bit more, perhaps stretch your spine up a little bit, use your hands a bit more, just be a little bit more animated. Then you're going to do it again, but with 50% more personality and enthusiasm, which you may feel a little bit ridiculous doing this, but what seems ridiculous at the time doesn't always look ridiculous when you play it back. You'll be quite surprised. And yes, we are going to go to the 75% more. Say it with 75% more enthusiasm and personality, and see where that lands. Now, I'd be very surprised if you feel that the 75% is where you need to be, but this is the whole point of doing this, is so that you can see this transition of the different levels. And what you need to do is then watch back the 25%, the 50%, and the 75%, and choose a level that works for you. So it might be somewhere between 25 and 50 is probably about where the average person is, but very, very few people will go below the 25% more, because when you watch it back, you'll understand why. And the first time you create a video, those of you who haven't created them before, it won't be fantastic. Please don't expect it to be. It will be average. It might even be a bit awful. But that's just how it goes. Your first one is going to be not that great, but you will improve with each time you do it. And rehearsing is what you have to do. I have lots of rehearsals for videos. I mean, that's the whole point of being able to press a record button, record, delete, record again, delete. It's easy to change, or to go back and change those or delete those mistakes. You don't have to go live if that's not something you're comfortable with. I do occasionally, but I still don't particularly like it. I tend to recommend to people on Facebook particularly to record your video, and then you've got the option to edit before you put it up on Facebook or whatever social media it is you're loading it to. And so, yeah, just find a level that works for you, and I'd be really interested to know what that is. If you need some help with that, get in touch, and I'd be more than happy to give you some advice on which level I think works best for you. But you'll know yourself, and you'll know when you perhaps ask some friends or work colleagues. The last little piece I just want to talk to you about is distribution of your video. So when you put your video together and you've got it all shiny and new and beautiful, it's not going to just get out there by sitting in your G Drive or your Dropbox. You need to put it in lots of places. So you need to put it, first of all, on the homepage of your website, front and center. Your brand video should be. You need to also upload it natively to social media. By natively, what I mean is have the video actually uploaded directly to that social media platform. So a lot of people link them to YouTube videos, so they might upload their video to YouTube, and they might upload it to Vimeo, which is another online video platform. Thank you. And that's fine. That's fine. But when you're working with Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, the algorithms will favor much more favor your video if you upload it directly to those platforms. When you do share it on those platforms and in groups as well, remember to share your videos in groups on Facebook, LinkedIn. engage with any comments that you get. If you see someone putting in, you know, great comment, great video, would love to know more, don't just put in a thanks. Try and engage with them so that you are continuing the conversation, because comments helps with the algorithms as well. I would consider paying for Google Ads to get your brand awareness out there. Not necessarily Facebook ads. Facebook ads can work just for awareness. You can do a little bit of that, but Google ads so far this year have been performing better than Facebook ads. And I think that's because Facebook changed a lot of their algorithms, and yeah, it just got all very messy. So I don't personally, I don't put as much weight on Facebook ads these days. Google ads would be my preference, but somehow put some money into ads on your video, on your brand video when you distribute it. So you can put a cap on that. You don't have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You can say $10 a week or something like that, $10 a day, not $10 a week, $10 a day for, say, a week, to promote your brand, to get it out there when you first release it. And it is worth doing that. You can also upload it to a platform like YouTube or Vimeo, which makes it easier for sharing, and you can put a link to that in your sort of email signature and all that kind of stuff. Having it on YouTube or Vimeo is beneficial when you want to start putting together a whole portfolio of videos as well. So for me, I have a Vimeo channel, which helps me to put everything in one place and organize them all in there. But yeah, don't forget the email signature for links to your videos, anything that's going to help promote your brand. So you've put it on the homepage of your website. I've gone backwards instead of forwards again. Sorry, my mouse. Let's go forwards. Okay, and repeat. So that's share it again on your social media every couple of months. You don't have to share the same post. You can if you want to, but you could just change it up a little bit, because not everyone will see it the first time round. About 10% of your audience will see it. So you want to share it again, say, oh, by the way, if you didn't see my brand video, here it is again. And would love your comments, or you might share it if you've got a special offer coming up, or you might share it just towards the end of a particular program that you're running, just to remind people of what it is that you do and what's available through your brand. So never be afraid to repeat things on social media. It's really worthwhile doing, because they won't necessarily see it the first time. So if you're looking for help with video, or if you'd like to join my mailing list and get that the 5-step brand video formula checklist that I shared with you there, you can find me at lovetovideo.nz. And if you are interested in looking at some of my video portfolio, I do have a Vimeo link, which I'll put in the chat, that will take you straight to my brand videos. Or if we've got time now, I could show you a couple of videos. What are we doing? How are we doing for time, Aldwyn?
It's 9:13. If you have maybe a short one, maybe we could just show one, and then we'll do just some Q&A, and then we'll have our giveaways. We should wrap up by 9:30.
Cool. Alrighty. So,
any questions while you're looking for that video? Any questions for Nicola? That was brilliant, Nicola. Thank you so much for sharing. I've really enjoyed that. There's always more we can learn, right? No matter how much we think we might know, there's always, if you pick up one little tip today, then that's something that is worth the time, right? So any questions for Nicola here? Any questions? Just unmute yourself. Questions, comments, what did you get out of that? Who was really paying attention? This is the test part of it now. Yes, Angelique.
I mean, could you have several brand videos to tell people?
If you've got several brands, or so, like I've got 3 sub brands. No, sorry, 2 sub brands. So I have a brand video for Loved Video, and I have a brand video for Moving Memories. But yeah,
that's probably my point, because you see, with what I do, I can cover so many different ways. Like I can help people, you know, who, it's phenomenal. It refreshes people's mind, but there's so many ways of describing it. You know, I could also focus maybe on relationships. Another time I could focus on somebody with anxiety and depression. It's so transforming, but you know, it's really hard to say everything in 2 minutes. Like it's impossible.
Oh, it is impossible to say everything in 2, but that's what you do need for your brand video. I think you do need an overarching brand video for each of your services and products that you provide. If they are quite different, because my brand videos, for example, are quite different to my Moving Memories videos, because one is for businesses and one is for families. You see, so they are quite different brands. But you remind me what it is you do, Angelique.
So yeah, I could have I think I should have sub videos then, perhaps. Okay. So what I do, it's called rapid transformational therapy.
Right. Okay.
So basically, when a person has an issue, whether it's finance, relationships, anxiety, or whatever, I will put them under hypnosis, or have a chat first, put them under hypnosis. Then we will ask the mind, when they're deeply relaxed and their mind is out of the way, what is the root cause of that issue? And all these images will pop up, and I make a note of it, and we do it. You know, it's quite a process.
Yes. But you've just explained to me in a very short time, you've just given me what it is that you do for all of those different.
So thank you. You've just given me clarity. Thank you so much.
It's just one. Yeah. So that, to me, that's one brand video saying, this is what I offer, and I can help you with anxiety, relationships. So it's the different things you help people with, but you do it all using the same technique, really. Well, not the same technique, but you have a process that you follow. Yeah.
And it works.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah.
That's all right. My pleasure.
Nicola,
yes.
This is a bit of a tech question. I'm not asking you to answer it fully, but so when you do a Facebook Live or something live, can you use that elsewhere with the link? Because I'm not sure about that one. You
can. Yeah, you can. When you do a Facebook Live, it becomes a video on your Facebook page. And you then can get the link to that by going to that video and sharing the link.
Okay.
Or you can also download a Facebook video, a live video. You can download it and edit it if you want to.
Good. Oh, good.
Yeah.
So you can use it. You can then take it to either to LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever you want. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't tend to. I tend to just share the link.
Yeah.
But you can do that, because I have downloaded a Facebook Live one time where I wanted to put subtitles on it, so I downloaded it and added that later.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
On that point, you can use rev.com is good for captions. You can use programs like that. The other thing, I actually had my VA for a long time. She was downloading my Facebook videos and she was uploading them to YouTube. And now for most of my live streaming, I use StreamYard, and I'll pop a little code in if anyone's interested in StreamYard. You can actually stream with the paid version. You can stream straight to Facebook and YouTube at the same time, which is awesome. And you know, if you pay the next level up, well, the level I'm on is about $240 a year or something US, and you can go to 3 places at the one time. If you go to the $500 a year version, you can go to 8 places at the one time. So it's really a great way. You'll save a lot of time downloading, uploading. If you're going to be doing live streaming or interviews, StreamYard is brilliant, very simple. I highly recommend it. They really should have me on their books as a sales agent, because I think it's just brilliant. But they're not doing that. So, but anyway,
that's really good advice actually, about you don't end up doing downloading and uploading, because those files are big.
Yes, and it takes a lot of time to do that. So I'll pop a StreamYard link in the chat for anyone who's interested in looking into that further. There is a free version. You can just go to one platform with the free version. However, you've got the StreamYard logo on it. And I like to have my own logo and like to go to multiple places. So I think it's worth paying that little bit more. You'll save yourself so much time in downloading and uploading.
What
and
is
you can do so much more with it.
Sorry, can I ask something?
Yep, sure.
Red.com. What's red.com?
Oh, rev.com. That's for captions. So you can actually, for about $1 a minute or something, you can get captions done for your videos through rev.com. And it's more accurate than the Facebook captioning. The number of times I've said, I'm Aldwyn Altuney, and the Facebook caption comes up and says, I'm Aldwyn Alternate. Things like that, right? I so, I think it's even said my name's Alana the other day. So, it just gets it wrong all the time. So rev.com is a lot more accurate, and you can actually go in and edit the captions after you use it. So, it's worth paying a few bucks to do that, because a lot of people are actually watching videos without the sound. So captions are very important. Yeah.
I might just put the link to this. You can have a look in here at the brand videos when you'll see examples of where I've used the 5 steps. And I'll put the link in the chat, because we are going to run out of time. So
okay,
I will hand that back to you now, if that's
all right. Yeah, sure. Well, any final questions of Nicola before we go over to our giveaways? Any questions? Just unmute yourself.
I have one question. For the video, is it important to put my own voice out there?
Good question. Really good question.
Because I sometimes a bit hesitate to speak in public because of my accent, and obviously I'm from Asia, and I'm not sure what people think about this not a local accent, and I'm not sure how much it matters.
Yeah, I think it depends on the video. If it's a video that you want to be instructional, or you want people to clearly understand what it is that you're sharing with them in terms of an educational video, then maybe you might choose someone to do the voiceover. But you have a beautiful voice, Adina. I would say certainly for your brand video, it should be you, because that's where the authenticity comes from. It's your voice and your beautiful face. So I think you need to be the face of your brand, because who else? Who would you have to do that if it's not you? That's a really interesting question. I've not been asked that one before, but no.
If I couldn't fix my accent, I think I just accept the fact how I.
You would be able to use subtitles, of course, as well, if you're worried about people not understanding you. But I can understand you clearly now. I haven't had any trouble. And yeah, I think you probably are we're all much more critical of ourselves than other people are of us. So no, please, I think you should use your own authentic self to share your brand. You're an artist, aren't you? Yeah, no, you definitely definitely need to use your voice and your own image on the video, because it's a very personal thing, isn't it, art? So yeah, thank you, great question.
Thank you.
Yes, be yourself. Everyone else is taken, as they say, right?
Yes.
Let's celebrate your uniqueness. The thing is, we can be so critical of ourselves, can't we?
Oh yeah.
How we sound, how we look, how we come across, what are people going to think, all that monkey chatter in the brain, right?
Yep.
So let's just let go of that and shine as your true amazing self that you are, right? So much we can to be grateful for. Thank you so much, Nicola. That was amazing. Can we have a round of applause virtually for the amazing Nicola? Yay, that was brilliant.
Thanks.
And if you do have other questions, please pop them in the chat, either here in the Zoom room or on Facebook under the Facebook Live in the Mass Media Tribe group. I've seen a few requests come through for the group, so I will accept those after this as well. All right, so let's go over to our giveaways and then we'll announce when our next events are coming up. I'll announce the next 3 events which aren't promoted online. We've got some phenomenal guests also coming up for future events. So if you have your calendars nearby, after we do our giveaways, I will let you know the future dates we have for our next Mass Media Tribe events. We've got some amazing speakers coming up. Now, Nicola, you have a prize tonight as well, haven't
Yes,
you? What
I
have you got for
do.
us tonight?
So I have got a 30-minute free discovery call, which I can book with you through my Acuity Scheduler calendar, the link that I will put in the chat. And that's just a call anytime to discuss what it is that you would like to do with video.
Brilliant. And what's the value of that, Nicola?
So a half an hour call is valued at 95 plus GST. In New Zealand dollars, that is, but yeah, so I'm giving that away for free. And also
Awesome.
I'll give you some other like worksheets to get you going on working out a storyboard and things like that. So it'll help you with planning and getting started.
Fantastic. Who wants to win that? Who wants to win that? That sounds amazing. Yeah, you've got a few hands up. All right, well, I'm going to share my screen. We'll get the wheel of names rolling here. Here we go. Can everybody see that? All your names have been popped into here. All right, so let's see who's going to win the 30-minute discovery call and those templates with Nicola. Who is going to be our lucky winner? All right, John C, congratulations.
Cool.
Yay, well done, well done. Fantastic. So the 2 of you can connect on the scheduler there. Brilliant. I also have 2 tickets to give away to the free Publicity Secrets Masterclass on July 22, 4-hour intensive, all about how to get free publicity. So the first one of those, and anyone else who wants to offer some giveaways, we can do that in just a moment as well. First one goes to Robert. Congratulations. Robert, you win a $97 ticket to the free Publicity Secrets Masterclass, and that is on Facebook. So if you just say you're going there, Robert, that would be great. And Adina, you win one as well. Congratulations. Congratulations. You've won a ticket to the free Publicity Secrets Masterclass. We've had amazing reviews. Actually, you can have a look at the reviews on Google for that event. Had 5-star reviews. People have absolutely loved the free Publicity Secrets Masterclass. I do not hold back on content. I give you a lot of great info there, insider secrets on how to get free publicity. And we've had people attend my events actually all around Australia and overseas who've gone straight out after my workshops and gone and got publicity for themselves. So very, very powerful workshop. And for anyone else who wants to come, freeprsecrets.com is the website. So just reach out, private message me for those that have won. Now, anyone else want to offer a prize to give away tonight? Angelique, yes, unmute yourself. What would you like to give away tonight?
Oh, I put it in the chat, but I would love to offer a 30-minute clarity session to anyone who wonders whether I could help them or not in one of my sessions. And that's also worth about $98. Yeah.
$98. So 30-minute session with Angelique, and the winner is fantastic. Thank you, Angelique. That's brilliant. The winner is Jeff Summers. Congratulations. Yay, Jeff. You've won a session with Angelique. That is wonderful. Congratulations. Anyone else want to do any giveaways while we're here? Anyone else?
Yeah, well, I offered a 60-second spokesperson review video.
Excellent. 60 seconds.
Video of one of their reviews.
Okay, 60-second video reviewing one of the reviews. Is that right?
Yeah, well, it's basically one of their reviews is a spokesperson model. And
okay. Awesome. Okay, great. And what's the value of that, Jeff?
Well, I'm told I'm not supposed to sell them for less than $197.
Okay, $197. Awesome. All right, with Jeff. we have a video review and the prize goes to Nicola. Congratulations.
Yay.
So just let me know where I can find a review of you online.
Thank you.
Brilliant, brilliant, fantastic. Thank you for that, Jeff. That's great. And Robert, I saw you had your hand up. Do you have something to give away? Just unmute yourself there, Robert.
That'll definitely help. Yep. A half an hour Zoom on relationship education. So it's not therapy. It's around the dynamics that happen in relationships. So, you know, we can explore that for half an hour. So, you know, that's pretty much worth around $100.
Awesome. Yeah. Fantastic, Robert. Thank you for that. A session with Robert.
Yeah.
Who wants to win that one? Okay, here we go. And the winner is Shari. Congratulations. Yay. Awesome.
Sorry.
I'm sure you're going to love that, Shari. You absolutely love that. Any other giveaways? Anyone else like to give anything away tonight and say a little promo? Here's your last chance. No, we all done, going once, going twice, going, okay, all right. We almost had everyone's a winner, baby, almost, but we all know we're winners here anyway, so we'll stop the share there. Thank you so much for all our generous donors of prizes. That is awesome. I would offer Angelique a ticket to my workshop, but she's already come and she's already a member of our program. So we already work closely together.
And I might give you a big plug here because honestly, the work that you've already created, shall I say, what we've done together is phenomenal. I've already, climbed heaps and bounds through, and we've only been working for a few weeks. So absolutely phenomenal, I have to say. I highly, highly recommend it. Thank you, Aldwyn.
Thank you, Angelique. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, and I will pay you later for that lovely testimonial. No, I won't. Although that is a fantastic testimonial. That I really appreciate that, Angelique, and it is wonderful working with you. And it does make a difference when you work with someone who actually really cares, and they're just not there to just run off with your money. You know, the number of people I speak to that have just been ripped off by people they've paid money to, and you know they've become very resigned and cynical, etc. So you know, I think it is up to us to really, you know, come from the right place with what we're doing. You know, for me personally, I don't have to do what I do for money. It's not about the money for me. I love what I do. Of course, the money is great. You know, money helps, and you do need to charge for what you do. People need to pay attention as well. You know, so that is important. At the same time, I believe money needn't be the main motivator. If it's the main motivator and you're not passionate and love what you do, then you're not going to stick with it. And this is what we've seen a lot with online courses, etc., that you can tell the people that are just in it for the money and they don't really care, unfortunately. And so the ones that do care do stand out. So, and I'm sure you're all caring people because you're in this tribe right now. So some dates for your diary. Thank you so much, Angelique. Okay, upcoming dates for September. Our next event in, August. We've got August before that. August, we're actually going to do a noon event for August. It's going to be the 4th of August. We've got the amazing Brad Delaney, who's the headshot guy, is going to be speaking about being photogenic is teachable. Okay, who here doesn't like having their photo taken? Who's a bit shy in front of the camera? Okay, yes, a few people. All right, so you're going to love that session. Now, Brad is an absolute expert, and I'm actually a photojournalist by trade myself, and I've learned some new things from Brad as well. He's been in the game a lot longer than I have. Being photogenic is teachable, so he'll be giving some great tips on how to come across well on camera, and that will be at noon, so noon till 2 p.m. on August 4 for that one. And Brad is here from the Gold Coast. Then on September, we also have a noon event because we have a guest speaker from Canada for that one. September 8, we've got September Smith. Now, she is a podcast expert from Canada, and she's going to talk about podcast guesting for PR, profit, and profile. Okay, that'll be noon on September 8. Okay, September Smith from Canada, podcast guesting for PR, profit, and profile. And then
she's really good.
She is amazing. September Smith is amazing. Yes,
she's funny.
Thank you, Nicola. I think you connected me with her, didn't you?
I did. Yeah,
you did. There we go. And thanks to Nicola, she connected with September, and I've interviewed September actually, and she'll be interviewing me coming up as well. So great collaborations happening with her. And then October 6th, we have an event. We're back to the Oh no, we're not doing a night one. We'll probably do an earlier one for that. But I've got to actually had it in for 7, but I realised there's a clash with the Speakers Tribe Queensland meeting, which I'm also a leader for that night. So October 6th, there'll probably be a change of date, but just make a note on that day, October 6th. I have a speaker from Holland. He's based in Holland, Jeff Harrison. He's an old friend of mine from the Gold Coast initially. He's been in the media a long time. He was voted in the Radio Hall of Fame in Melbourne many years ago. He's worked with the likes of Bert Newton, and he runs Ski TV International. He's a phenomenal broadcasting professional, and he's going to talk about streaming media, the future of global broadcasting, coming to us from Holland. Okay, so that'll be on October 6th. There'll be another phenomenal event. I have talked to him about doing a nighttime, but it'll probably be changed to a earlier time, probably a noon or afternoon slot, depending on the time zone in Holland at that time. So there's some upcoming events. We do have the Global Good News Challenge, of course, that you can participate in any time between now and Sunday. You can start your 7-day challenge. Full details in the Global Good News Challenge Facebook page. Now, before we wrap up, some best things. I'd love to hear from you. What did you get out of tonight? What are some things you're grateful for? What's your best things, ahas from tonight? Who'd like to share around the Zoom room? What did you get? Okay, just put your hand up, or just a few of you unmuted. So what did you get? Yes, Angelique.
Well, you know, pictures are worth 1,000 words, but a video is worth 1 billion words. I really love that.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, video is worth a lot more because it's, multi-dimensional. We connect in a whole other level with video than we do with photos. So very, very powerful. Absolute. Great one, Angelique. Excellent. What else did we get tonight? What are some ahas? What did we get? What are we grateful for? Who wants to share? Just pop your hand up very quickly. John, yes.
I think mainly just to be authentic and believe in your product and service, and know that you have something unique, and just to be yourself and pretty much that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Be yourself, be authentic. Absolutely, John, because you are extraordinary, whether you realize it or not. You are extraordinary, and you do have a great message to share. And, why not share it with more people, right? Make a bigger difference out there. And leverage yourself, because you could be time poor too, right? So you want to leverage yourself with video and with media exposure as well. Fantastic, John. Thank you for sharing. Who else would like to share what your ahas from tonight? What did you get from tonight? Around the Zoom, just pop your hand up. Yes, Robert, over to you.
Yeah, look, tonight has just inspired me again. I've dropped back out of, getting out there and doing videos. So this has inspired me and motivated me to do more of that. So and I've had 2 things. I've got the relationship business, but I've also got my book that I'm, that message, which is a bit different. So thank you. Thank you, Nicola. Thank you, Alwyn. Thank you, everyone, for your input.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, I'd love to see your brand videos, actually. So, if you are inspired from here, I'd love to see them. Please pop them in the Mass Media Tribe group. Share your links to your videos. We'd love to see them in there. So please do that. Excellent. Thank you, Robert. Who else would like to share? What are your ahas? What did you get from tonight? What did you get? Just pop your hand up. Just a few more people left. What did you get from tonight? I know you probably got lots of things. Adina, okay, just unmute yourself.
And thank you for the content tonight. I feel so inspiring, and I was a bit nervous before I attending this event because it's about video. I don't know if I'm going to what's going to happen, But I feel very welcomed, and actually it sounds not that difficult. So I might try in the future, and thank you so much for the positive energy, and very I feel kind of motivation. Yeah, it's great, and very and also I'm very thankful for the opportunity to attend the free event. I'm very grateful for this.
Yeah, wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful, Adina. You are very pialiang, beautiful in Chinese. You are pialiang. You have a lovely energy about you. And
thank you.
And it's really been great to have you here with us. So we welcome you back again, Adina. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. And Shari, I saw you had your hand up, and then
Thank
Nicola.
you.
Shari, what did you get out of tonight?
I loved the 25%, the 50%, the 75%. I think that's a great tool, and you are right. We think that we're really energetic, but then when we watch it back, we're probably not. And sometimes we think we're over the top, but then when we watch it back, we're like, oh, actually, that's okay. So yeah, that was great.
Yeah, awesome, Shari. And Shari and I have also interviewed each other too. So check out our great interviews with each other, cross collaboration. Nicola, what did you get from tonight?
I just wanted to say thank you very much for having me on here tonight, Aldwyn, and what I've got from the piece that you did at the beginning was that I really need to get myself out there on the media a bit more. I don't do it enough. It's a powerful tool that we really need to use more, and yeah, it's just, I think when you're an entrepreneur and you're doing everything yourself in the business, it's just another thing that you've got to do, but it's essential that we do get ourselves out there. So yeah, I mean, I need to practice what I preach.
Yeah, got it. And look, just start with something. The thing is, you know, considering there's millions of media outlets, just start somewhere. Even just start with your local paper, right?
Yes.
But you know, start with getting clarity around your message and what you want to share, and then packaging that up in, you know, with a press release or even just some dot points to start with. You know, just start somewhere, because it can be overwhelming when you look at what's possible in the area of video, in the area of media. It can all be overwhelming if you think it's sort of, oh my goodness, where do I start, right? But just start somewhere locally, start with your local media and then work up from there. That's
Absolutely.
my suggestion. So brilliant, Nicola. Thank you so much. And Jeff, what did you get from tonight? Thank you for sticking with us past your bedtime. Appreciate it.
I usually go to bed early these days. Yeah, no, I learned a lot from how to put a video together and the best way to do it, and the message, you know, make it all about them.
Yes.
Awesome.
Not about what I can do, but what I can do helps them.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Fantastic. Wonderful. Thank you so much for all your sharing tonight. Please save the chat. If you haven't already, we put a few gems in the chat there. So to save the chat, you just go to the chat there in Zoom, where you go to type a message, and on the right at the bottom there's 3 dots. Just go save chat from those 3 dots there, and you can save all of that chat there. And any comments you want to pop under the Facebook live stream of this that has happened into the Mass Media Tribe group as well, I recommend you do that. For those who have requested access to the Mass Media Tribe group, I will be accepting that shortly after this event. And any final words? Anyone want to say anything before we wrap up? I look forward to your good news challenges. John, yes, over to you.
Actually, I was just looking at Adina's background. I really like that. Like, I'd love to be able to get that clarity on my screen, and yeah, the background in the washed out kind of whatever the word is.
Yes.
How do you do that, Adina?
Have you got a green screen? Just unmute yourself there, Adina.
Oh, is it a green screen, is it?
It could be a green screen. There we go.
This background, when you click the meeting settings, there's background. You can change the background.
Okay, so you don't have you don't have a green screen, Adina?
No.
Okay, all right. So there's 2 ways you can change your back. I actually do have a green screen behind me, John. So I have a green screen, which you will get a sharper image if you have a green screen. Now, Adina, if you move your hand in and out just quickly, just go like that. Move your, okay. Actually, that's fairly clear. That's not too bad. If you move it back a little bit further or wave it around, okay, it's actually pretty clear. But sometimes if you don't have the green screen and you're waving your hands, you disappear in and out of, you might have seen it with some backgrounds. Shari, have you got a green screen? No. See how Shari's disappearing a little bit? She's putting her hand, see, so that can happen if you don't have a green screen. All right. And that's where good lighting, and the reason Shari's disappearing because she hasn't got the light on her face, whereas Adina has. Okay. So your lighting and your framing is crucial with your videos, right? So this is actually great that you pointed that out, John. And so what you do is you go to where it says your video, where it says stop video, or where it says video, your video setting, there's a little arrow next to it, and you can choose virtual background. And then you tick that you do have a green screen or you don't have a green screen. Okay, so that's where you go to change your background. And there's all sorts of filters now that you can add in Zoom and make yourself look crazy. We're not recommending you do that necessarily, but you know, you can do it like Facebook. They've got all the filter settings as well. So So that's where you got to change your background. And it is a great idea if you're going to be doing a lot of Zoom calls to do that, to get your branding in your background so that you can really use that space as a promotional vehicle for yourself when you're getting out in these online networking events.
Yeah, I've used virtual backgrounds and they look terrible usually.
Okay. Well, the trick is to have good lighting on your face. That's
Right.
the big trick, right?
I think she's probably got a really good webcam as well, because it's
Yeah.
beautiful
Yes.
clarity.
It is very clear. Adina, have you got an outside webcam? Are you using a Logitech webcam or something like that? Or have you got or just using your laptop?
I just use, just now I use my laptop, but the internet was disconnected, and now I use my iPhone.
Oh, there you go, the iPhone. Oh, well, there you go. Maybe just the cameras are that good now on the new devices. There you go. So that's impressive as well. Awesome. Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you at a future Mass Media Tribe event. Any comments, questions, pop them into the Facebook group. Save the chat if you haven't already. We'll be stopping the recording shortly. As Gandhi says, be the change you wish to see in the world. And as I say, shine bright and light up all those around you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you, Nicola, beautiful guest speaker from New Zealand. We'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now. Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Bye.